Fortunately, this just is going to piggyback what we did yesterday. We're going to use point slope form, which remember is great when you know a point and a slope. Okay? But sometimes they don't just straight up and give you the slope. Sometimes we have to find the slope. Remember, though, that we can find a slope given 2 points. So we can use these 2 points to find the slope, and then we can write our equation. No big deal.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so here's an example. We have to write the equation for the line graphed here in point slope form. So they gave us a point, okay, and we have to find the slope. Well, can we use, here's our x sub 1 and our y sub 1. Let's label them. Okay, and then we need another pretty point to find the slope.
The x-intercept is really good.
X-intercept is good? Okay, so that's going
3,
down
2.
how many? It's not 3.
Oh, no, I was talking about pretty point.
Okay, so down 4 and right
2.
2. Can we reduce that?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Just be 2.
What kind of 2?
Positive 2. Wait, no, negative 2. Oops.
Okay. All right. The math gods are going to let you have that one, but they were worried for a minute. So m is negative 2. Okay, we've got our x sub 1 and y sub 1 labeled. Now we just have to plug into point slope form. Let's remind ourselves what that looks like. It looks like y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay, so we're just going to plug in all of our stuff. So y minus, what's the y sub 1? 4 equals negative 2 times x minus 2. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, part B says that I have to convert that bad boy into slope-intercept form. That's what we did yesterday. So slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b with no parentheses and the y by itself. So first we have to get rid of parentheses and distribute our negative 2. Boop, boop. Y minus 4 equals negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 makes positive what? 4. Okay, good recovery.
And plus 4 to both sides.
Add 4 to both sides.
And then y equals negative 2x plus 8.
Negative 2x plus 8. Bingo. Doesn't it look like it should hit at about 8 up here?
C.
Yeah. All right, so what is the point of all that mumbo jumbo? To write an equation for a line in either point slope form or slope intercept form, how many points do we need? 2. Because using 2 points, we can find the slope. We can use one of the points and the slope to write an equation and convert it if we have to. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, let's look at this example. All right, we have to write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line passing through these points. Do you guys want to do the slope formula or a table?
Slope formula.
Okay, slope formula. So we have to find the slope using the desired method. So label x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Plug into the point, the slope formula. Y sub 2 is 6 minus y sub 1 is 5. And then for my x's, my x sub 2 is also 6. And my x sub 1 is 4. So 6 minus 5 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. So my m is 1/2. Now, when I labeled my points for my slope, I already picked my x sub 1 and y sub 1. So that part's done. I already labeled it. Mission accomplished. So we're going to plug into point slope form. which is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Here we go. Y minus what?
5.
5 equals 1/2 times x minus 4. Okay, now I've got to rearrange, convert to slope-intercept form. So bye-bye parentheses, boop, boop. Y minus 5 equals 1/2 x. What's half of negative 4?
2.
Negative 2. Okay, to get rid of my constant, my negative 5, I have to undo the subtracting by adding 5 to both sides. Okay, that gives me y equals 1/2 x plus 3. That's it. Questions for me? Okay. All right, we have to find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form that passes through the points. We're going to do the same thing. Try to do it without looking at the steps. If you need the steps, they're there, but try to do it without. Okay, what do we do first? Yeah, do you want to use a table this time?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to put the 5, 8 underneath the 10, 5 and turn that into my table. The negative 10, 5. So jumping from 5 to 8, what's my rise?
3.
3. Okay, jumping from negative 10 all the way up to 5, what's my run? 15. Can I reduce it? What is it reduced to?
1.
Yes, n is 1/5. Good. Okay. Which one do you want to be the x sub 1 and y sub 1? I might pick the 5 and the 8. You guys want to pick the 5 and the 8?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be our x sub 1 and y sub 1.
Oh, wait, does it not matter which one you chose?
It doesn't matter which point you pick. So it'll be y minus our y sub 1, which is 8, equals our m of 1/5 times x minus 5. Okay, now I have to convert it. So I'm going to distribute that 1/5. So I get y minus 8 equals 1/5 x. What do you think a fifth of negative 5 is? Negative 1. Okay, add 8 to both sides. And we get y equals 1/5 x plus 7. Okay, do we need to do part B?
No.
Okay. So here we have a whole bunch of equations to graph. What do you notice about these equations? What's kind of weird about them?
They're all just straight.
Yeah. If it didn't say that in the directions, how would you be able to tell that?
There's no slope.
Well, some of them have a slope of 0, but do you see how they all have either y or x, but not both? That's how you can tell. As soon as you have an x and a y together, that makes a slanted line. Okay? So, would you put y equals 4 in your calculator and see which way it goes?
There.
But it sounds so. Did you try to do this in the calculator?
Oh, I know why. It's because of the intercepts.
Okay, so if I were to rewrite this, I could say this is y equals no x's plus 4, right? So my slope has to be 0, and I will get a horizontal line whose y-intercept is the point 0, 4 from this b value. Okay, so if the y ones go this way, which direction do you think the x ones go? Up and down. So this one is going to be a vertical line through x equals negative 2. All of the points who have that same x value. All right, what about this one? Y equals negative 3. Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. All right, last one. Vertical. It's just the y-axis. Did you guys know that x equals 0 is another name for the y-axis? It's true. What do you think another name for the x-axis is?
Y equals 0.
Yes, y equals 0. Okay, this is the last trick I'm going to show you today. All right, we have to write the equations for the horizontal and vertical lines that pass through each point. So let's plot the point. Negative 3 and 5. 3 left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So if I want the horizontal line that goes through that point, keeping in mind what we just did up above, is it going to be a y equals equation or an x equals equation? Y equals what? How high is it? 5. Do you see that that's the y coordinate of my point?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? All right, what about for the other one? What if I want a vertical line, x or y equals? X equals negative 3 right here. Do you see that that's the x coordinate of my point? You think that's an accident? It is most assuredly not an accident. You are correct. All right, let's look at another one. All right, 2, negative 1, 2, negative 1. All right, we want the horizontal line. Boop. X or y equals? Y equals negative 1. Good. Now I want the vertical line. Boop, 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 boop. X or y? X equals 2. Notice that the x and y match the coordinates of my point. My x was 2, and my y was negative 1. All right, do the last one. Okay, how did you do? All right, good. I'm sorry that we don't have more work time. Okay, we're going to go back and do that one problem we skipped just for completeness for the video. Okay, so I'll go back and do the slope formula again in case you want to see that one. So our m will be given by boop, 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 our, let me label, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So my y sub 2 is negative 7. My y sub 1 is negative 9. So I have minus a negative, which is going to turn into a plus because I have the minus from the formula and the minus from the 9 that turns into a plus. And then my x sub 2, what? My x sub 2 is 3. And my x sub 1 is negative 3. So again, I have minus a negative 3, which turns into a plus. Okay, so negative 7 plus 9 is 2. And 3 plus 3 is 6. That reduces. If I divide top and bottom by 2, I get an equivalent fraction, which is 1/3. That's my m. Okay, I already picked my x sub 1 and my y sub 1. So I can plug those into point slope form with my m, and I'm ready to go. So it'll be y minus my negative 9, which means a plus. I didn't do that very well. Which turns to plus 9. Equals 1/3 for my m. Open parentheses, x minus a negative 3. Okay, that turns into a plus also. All right, now I have to distribute my 1/3. And I get y plus 9 equals 1/3 x. 1/3 of 3 is just 1. Okay, now I'm going to subtract away my 9. And I get y equals 1/3 x minus 8. That's it. All done.